Greg. Mike. Two bandits. Watching Bluey.
This episode is called Copycat.
What up, party people, and welcome
Jiminy Christmas.
episode 38
Are we really at 38 right now?
of Two Bandits.
Two of us.
Watching Bluey, I am your good pal, Greg Painter.
The best pal, Gregory Painter. Yes, indeed he is.
And with me is the delightful, the dear, the kind, the sincere, the beautiful
Oh, man. It wasn't even like a cute, like, random pun. It was just very nice. Thank you. I'm Mike Martin.
Mike Martin. How are you, bud?
We just watched a really interesting episode of Bluey called Copycat, and so my head's still spinning, and buckle up for 6 hours of content with two bandits.
Could you feel the slight heartbreak in my What Up Party people today? It wasn't quite as joyous as it usually is. I tried to bring my A game, but
I need a holiday after that episode right now.
but dang, dude, we are here to talk about Copycat. And
Yes. Please and thank you. Let me get in my comfy zone here.
This one's
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
This one's got all the feels. This one's got all the... This might be the first wow episode as far as, oh, dang, this show's got some emotional depth to it. And it's bringing the feels. It's bringing the noise. It's bringing the funk.
I think we're going to say that a lot of times as these episodes keep happening, but...
So.
And my preface my preface to this episode is watch the episode with headphones on. I'm gonna just say it really quick. Go do yourself a favor. Rewatch the episode. Headphones on. I'll go on. Don't worry.
Headphones on. Interesting. Yes. Well, we're talking a lot about this episode, but I haven't talked about what our friends at Wiki Bluey have to say.
Our good friends?
Our good friends have to say about Copycat.
Huh. Hey, Greg.
Yo.
Quick question. What's a copycat?
Bluey's having fun copying everything Dad says and does, but the game takes a serious turn when Bluey finds a hurt budgie, and they have to make an emergency trip to the vet.
The vet. Oh, that's it? Oh, that's it. Okay, never mind. Cool. That's a quick 7-minute episode in and out, right?
This episode's called "Learn About Death," and holy smokes, this one. We'll talk the episode, but I think there's gonna be a lot of segues. There's gonna be a lot of side talk. There's gonna be a lot here. So
it's a pill to swallow. It's a very dense sandwich, is the way I have it. It's my new turn of phrase. I don't know why.
Dense sandwich. Well, let's take a bite out of this sandwich and get into the episode.
There he is.
Birds chirping and flying away. First scene, first sight of this episode.
First thing I have. First thing you see, birds.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, bandits awake. And we got Bluey in bed, staring at Bandit, copying everything he's doing from second one that he wakes up.
Shout out to Joff, right out of the gate. Good friend of the show, Joff Bush. Because it starts and you hear the music playing and then it just stops, and all you hear, not all you see, but all you hear are birds. Like the beach episode where they have the ocean sounds in the background, there are always birds chirping in this episode, and it's really freaking cool. So
it just freaked me out a little bit because I just heard birds chirping in the background here as you were saying that.
Yeah, I have that effect. What can I say? I'm like Captain Planet. No, I used my bird materia and activated that. But. Also, when he wakes up, like they somehow made it feel like I was waking up. Like it was his eye. You could see his eyelids, the lower eyelids, just opening awkwardly, and just that's real life, man. That's waking up. It's life. It's so cool in that moment.
I don't get a lot of kid just there waking up in our household. The kiddos, if they wake up,
really?
they either hang out in their room for a while.
I'll trade you.
Emily's new thing lately has been going downstairs and making us toast for breakfast, especially on the weekends.
Oh, dude.
For Miss Beth and myself.
That's super convenient. How do I get that to happen?
If we had a kiddo in the room, it's usually middle of the night and then just crawl into bed type of situation. It's not usually like I'm here now.
I feel like one of my biggest mental fist pumps to myself moment, or one that Carrie and I had, was when we taught Finn to go to the fridge to get us a drink, and he actually did it. And he said, "There you go." And I was like, "Oh my God, it's a thing now." It was such a like one day well he'll figure out how to do that, and then he did it. And we were like, oh, he did the thing now.
No, last time I was here, he was making martinis. It was great. He's a great little butler bartender.
The intro portion of it of this episode had very barbecue-y, trying to light the grill vibe, copycat thing.
With the mimicking, we're stretching, we're dancing, we're doing the facial jiggles and jubbles.
And it seemed like Bandit was mad at first how good Bluey was at
It was very impressive.
copycat.
Choreography by Bluey.
Finn does that very often. I'm just being like, do you want to play copycat? I'm like, no. And then he literally will walk around and I'll just slap my side for giggles to see what happens, and he'll walk around and slap his side. Oh gosh, here we go. So
we definitely have the copycat experience too. Usually the I am Bluey and I stink like a monkey's butt breaks him out of it. Like, hey, I'm not going to say that about myself.
Yep.
Bluey, taking one for the team. Not giving up the goat yet.
Not at all. And in the intro scene, shout out to the side by side Bluey and Bandit being frustrated. There are stars floating all over in the background. Shout out to Brent. I was looking on this episode.
He's broke you, I think. He's broke you to stars.
I've gone upside down. Their faces. In the background, there's just this picture of a fish. A random picture of a fish. I have a picture of it.
You have a picture of the picture?
You better believe I came prepared today with clicking things. Bam. And then you zoom in. What kind of fish is that? It's just a random cool picture of a fish.
It kind of looks like the fish that's in the fish tank with Nemo.
Nemo, yep.
In Finding Nemo. Why did I say in the tank with Nemo and then pause like, what's the name of that movie with Nemo? You know that movie, Mike, with the fish named Nemo that we can't find? What's the name of that movie again?
Tell me more. No, I don't. But what kind of fish is that? Like, that's really cool that they just have that as a background photo. Like, it's in the. They took the time to find a picture of this fish, draw that fish, pop it in the background, and say, poof, now it's on there. In this, I'm a monkey's butt.
Glad we can agree on that.
Oh.
So we're outside. We're walking like those Olympic guys, which, very random segue. You know that like power walking is that's the worst Olympic event.
They track that with how your feet hit the ground.
So like, at no time can both feet be off the ground or
Correct.
something. I watched way too much of the last Olympics and just judging it every second I watched it.
I thought you were just going to say I spent way too much time watching power walking, and I was going to be so excited.
Yeah, dude, power walking. I did spend way too much time power walking at the Olympics.
Do you take morning walks?
I do more afternoon walks. I usually like especially I work from home now. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my job that isn't doing a podcast. And just lunch breaks, I have my happy little lunch sandwich, and I do a nice little 2-mile lap around my neighborhood.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is. Just
Dude,
fresh air and get out there.
Seriously, when he went out
Solo
and he
time.
said, morning walk. On Sundays, I take a morning walk. I go to the Circle K to get Carrie her Sunday paper. As opposed to subscribing to the paper and having it delivered here, I go there and get it and come back. And it's probably
1,000 years old.
My
Sunday paper. It's
fudge
adorable.
off, man. It's one of I have a lot of favorite moments in my week, and that's one of my favorite just me moments. It's really cool.
It's nice to clear your head, especially when craziness. Just to get out and like, I'm going for a walk.
Yeah,
gonna stretch my brain.
Guess what?
Bye.
It's cool, man. So that morning walk moment to me was just he Bandit was like, morning walk. And we haven't even gotten to the bird yet, so.
Morning walk. Morning walk. Morning Wendy.
Morning like Wendy wearing her brooch. Getting it, girl. With that swag.
It's the OG Morning Wendy. Did you know I like to smack my bum as hard as I can?
Love it so much. That moment, so good. And it cuts to Wendy and Bluey.
No sound.
Listen with your headphones on. It just cuts and they pan just to the left where the two of them are talking, where Wendy and Bluey talk for a moment. So Bandit's being Bandit, and it cuts to that side, and just so cool, man.
Poor Bandit.
Poor Bandit. Come on.
Poor Bandit.
This was my
sold out by his daughter. Didn't copy.
First gut laugh of the episode.
Where were you on that one?
And Wendy's just doing her thing. So again, keep Wendy in mind here.
Fair. She didn't freak out. She didn't like. Oh, she just like.
Okay. Get it, bud. Okie dokie. And again, keep Wendy in the thought process of the timeline of Wendy here. Bandit's a weirdo, man.
Last intro was rubbing your butt on the windowsill, right?
Yeah.
And then we had one before. Did we have one before that? Was that?
No, it was just judo. So I think. Well, no, it was
where they were in the neighborhood.
Fairies.
Yes.
Bandit's freaking weird. Because she doesn't say anything either. So it's just you're on your morning walk, and somebody walks up and says,
"I like to smack my bottom. I'm taking a different route tomorrow." So, hey, Mike. I had fun laughing with you and joking about all the funny stuff in this episode.
The xylophones are beautiful in this episode. Listen to the xylophones.
It's time to stop smiling because things are about to take a turn.
I'm going to take a beautiful sip of oolong tea right now. Shout out.
Just short sip, not too oolong. Got him.
What up, Ragman?
Little budgie on the ground. Poor little birdie.
Yeah.
Beat up.
Yeah.
Nips at Bandit.
Yeah.
Bluey.
Toughen up, Bandit.
Over. Game over. We're done playing. Something's wrong. What's wrong with this birdie?
Toughen up, Bandit. Yep.
Toughen up, Bandit.
It's okay. There are stars in the background when they're looking at the bird, too.
You and your stars.
Yep. I've been assigned a task, apparently, and there are stars in the background there. And I know that you're going to move the story along, but when she has to go get it, are we at the box? She has to go get her
shoebox.
The
and
shoebox.
Decide which.
She jumps out. Shout out to how cool it is to just have random oven towels, because I bought oven towels for Carrie, and they're the stupidest things. And she just said, we need new ones. So I bought them at the dollar store. And I think one of them says... And she turned it around because she refuses to have it up. One of them says, and she refuses to have it facing forward, it says, simmer down, and it has a pot, and roll with it with a dough roller on there. And
She loved that. Come on, Carrie.
I was so excited, and I was like, watch me put those up there, and she's never going to buy new ones. So I kind of have like random control over our towels on the oven. But I think that's really cool. And also, Bandit has that dad yell of, hurry up. And Bluey has a moment where she's being a little kid, just thinking, which one matters? Which one matters right now?
She wanted to have the birdie, and she didn't know the best way to, because
Right.
this isn't, we haven't experienced this with Bluey yet, and honestly, we haven't experienced this mode of Bandit.
No.
Bandit was composed,
Right.
serious,
Fun, but there for...
that's there for Bluey.
Yes.
Because I think the second Bandit saw that bird, Bandit knew where this was ending up.
It's like, all right, cool. All right, let's change gears.
And
Okay.
We know Budgie's not going to make this.
Yes.
Let's make her comfortable.
Birds
Let's get her to the vet.
chirping. Birds chirping. Birds chirping. The end. Like, that's... Sorry, but it's just it's in the entire... It's the beach episode with the water. There are birds everywhere.
We drive to the vet. Bluey very nervous in the back seat, but just... And
Dad mode.
Yeah. We're clear dad mode. And I just love, it's like, Dad, you're such a great seatbelt. Like, I've had... That hit me in some feels. Just because... And Livy's very much in that phase right now. Like, if I do something that makes her happy, it's like, Daddy, I love you because you helped me beat that level of Kirby.
What?
Like, just...
What? And you don't expect it.
Like, I love you because of reason. And I'm not just saying the words. I have, hey, Dad, you made me my favorite dinner and surprised me with it. I love you. It's like, oh, thanks,
Simmer
lady.
down and roll with it. See? This is my live, laugh, love today, apparently.
Put that on a t-shirt.
It's
right there.
green, mate. Honk. And I liked it because... I liked it because they weren't even in the same lane as him. He just hung.
Oh, good point, because he turns over to the side.
He looks over at them as opposed to.
He's in accomplished task mode.
Yes, he is.
Get out of my way. I gotta help.
He's got his thought of what's happening, and he's just seeing somebody being a donger, saying, "Bro, come on, just don't make life difficult. Just push the button and come on." So
we get to the vet.
Right.
Again, this is one of the interesting. They're dogs, and they're going to a vet for a pet. But they're dogs kind of moments, because the sign outside of the vet.
You got me on this one. This is you.
It has a cat on it.
Okay.
I believe it has a bird, if I'm remembering, and then I think what looks like either like a wallaby or kangaroo or whatever the smaller version. Not a Padme. What's the other thing?
Nope.
From a zoo. Anyway, just like a little Aussie animal that we don't get here because we're not cool enough to have cool Aussie animals in.
Well, we didn't grow lily pillies either, so
one day. We get to the vet. I think a cat got to him. Which again, what's to do with cats, man?
Is it so?
Hammer barn. It's not something a superhero would do. Just saying.
I feel like it's still. So he said morning walk.
Yeah, it's morning walk, and we just woke up for the day.
When you get to the vet, it still has that the color palette, I guess you could say, still has a very morning feel to it. It's so interesting, and it's still. Oh, when they get to yes, see, I keep notes now for a reason. When they get to the vet, there's a random right next to the vet's place. Oh, you were bringing up all the things that are in the. So on the left-hand side, you do have the veterinarian's office.
Yes.
On the right-hand side, there's a house, but it has trees on it, but it has window on it, and an overhang. What's up with that?
I don't know.
I saw it and I just had to because I was embracing the moment because you could see it's still morning.
Oh yeah,
here like it gives you that cool morning vibe, and I was like, "What's up with that house?"
We also did quickly skip the fact as they were crossing the street, watch out for cars. Referencing that back in
very much so. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. They don't do callbacks in this show. They don't do full circles in this, do they?
Back at the vet.
Yes,
the corgi nurse played delightfully by Stephanie.
You liar!
Dixon. Stephanie is a Australian video game critic, author, and best known as one of the former presenters on the video game television show Good Game.
Oh,
so she's actually had a bit of a following. She's not a producer or a writer or an artist. She's actually a special guest.
Aww.
And I think one of the first corgis we've seen on the show.
Outside of the Queen on the $1 book.
Oh, that's right. Puffingy's guy isn't corgi, is he?
Puffingy's. I don't know.
Oh, it's got a very long body and little arms,
little sausage legs. No, wrong one. Sorry, Snickers. Love you, Snickers.
But we're
Xbox doesn't have to send me a message. Crap off.
But we're at the vet.
Mm-hmm.
We're waiting. I don't know why.
Okay, go for it. I know what you're gonna say.
Maybe not. The goldfish looks very
high def.
Yes,
I knew exactly what you were gonna say.
I don't understand why that struck me so hard, but just like that doesn't look like it fits in with that room.
The word vet is oddly printed on their pamphlets on the whatever, but why is everything else in high def? The vet's high, or the goldfish is high def. The little bell that you ring, the ding, is high def. But the word vet, you can see it, but it's not printed clearly. And I think it kind of plays into just the notice the small stuff. Yeah, it really is.
Notice the little iguana on the dog's lap.
The what? Oh, that's it. I don't think that guy blinks in the entire episode. He's just sitting there, and he might be related to Lucky in some way. He seems like he'd be a part of
retrieverish.
Yeah, he's got that retriever vibe. But the little iguana, the little lizard, and his.
Again, the small things. It's the small things sometimes.
Well, that's what we're here to do too, because the nurse's name tag.
Oh, what does it say? I didn't see that.
It's just a plus and a minus sign.
Huh. Well, that's
pluses and minuses.
Interesting.
It's life, baby. That's life. We're talking about life today, dude.
Will the budgie be okay? Looked pretty knocked around. Cue the nurse.
Bandit being killer.
I'm so sorry, but the budgie died.
Yeah.
This is a kid show. This is a show.
Sure it is. Yeah, it is. Of course it is.
Littlies.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell me how this is a kid show.
They went there on a kid. Like think about other kid shows, other things that, in theory, built for a preschooler.
Yeah.
In theory, that's the target. When we talked to Joe, he said, in the world of preschool, they're tackling a pretty heavy topic right here.
Kidding me? I watched this 19 times this week, and Finn's takeaway is he can walk around and say, "Hey, Dad," and he copies my motions and slap his leg, and then I slap my leg, and it's goofy and funny. But then he'll see parts of an episode and pick up more and more. And hey, Bluey, thanks for parenting for me when it comes to certain moments, because you're doing really well. And it hurts my head.
Dad, I don't want the budgie to have died. So first story time. Story time for today. This hits in a lot of ways for me because Emily, she very, very, we've talked many times about this. She's very Bluey. She's that age. She's that mindset. She's a very emotional, smart, wonderful young lady.
Get it, Emily.
I'm talking about walks. Last summer, our big thing was Daddy and Emily walks. We'd go over the summer for like a nice 2 miles, just chat, talk about nothing important, just hang out and go for a nice walk. And then one time we were walking, and there was a little bunny dead on the side of the road. And if you know anything about Emily, her favorite stuffed animal, who is one of her best friends in the whole world, is Mr. Bunny, her stuffed rabbit, given to her by, shout out, Brent Mallory. Still her favorite thing in the world. That broke her for weeks. She was upset. She didn't understand why this had to happen. Why would somebody hurt this bunny? Explaining how they didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. Why is the bunny still there, though? Why isn't anybody taking care of the bunny? She refused to go for walks because she did not want to see the bunny. To the point where I one night I had to go out to the road with a bag and a shovel to take care of the bunny, because shout out
Shovels?
Town of Clay.
Clean service. No shout out.
Doing
this is
that,
a 1-star review.
But I had to take care of the bunny because she wouldn't go for walks. When we walked outside, she would say, "Daddy, I'm not going to look right because I don't want," because it was close to our house. "I don't want to look right because I don't want to see the bunny and think about it again."
Man. So yeah, it's kid show, right?
Yeah. But like just with Bluey having that reaction, because she kind of shut down. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She didn't yell.
Well, and also I think
she was processing.
Bandit probably sent a text message to Chili saying, "Yo, girl, this did break bad. Be ready for Bluey to come home."
Well, because the second Bluey gets home, they're there. "Hey, honey, what can we do?"
And even Bingo's just like, she's also processing. Because she looks at Bluey, she's looking around, like she's taking everything in. It's not just a character just looking at the screen like the guy that had the lizard. Shout out to Lizard Guy, because he might be my favorite character, so that way I could just deflect really quickly. But
I don't know how much Bingo's processing right now, because Bingo is buzzing around like a crazy person.
But Chili was right there too, man. And it I don't even know what my notes are anymore. After the awe with Bluey, Chili, and Bingo, there's more stars. There's just more stars in the background. So
Skip, are you sure he won't get better? I don't want the budgie to have died. Are you sure he won't get better? Just when you're that small, you don't get what it means yet. Again, we go back to Emily and just how she's at the age where she's learning to process that sort of stuff.
The pluses and minuses.
She says when we went down to Outer Banks, shout out Outer Banks again. Except for the fact that
we say shout out so much. It's just us
every mile you drive down the road, for some reason, there's a cemetery and a couple gravestones. Have you ever noticed that driving down?
Totally, of course.
Breaks her heart every time. To the point where she's like, "I'm going to close my eyes for a while so I don't have to see any more gravestones and think about people dying." Like, dude, how do you parent that? That's... Because she's trying to process in her own way. You don't want to give too much. You don't want to give too little.
You have to look for the pluses, not the minuses. That's all. That's the only way.
Shout out Vet Lady's name tag?
Shout out Vet Lady's name tag. I'm changing my favorite character every 12 seconds in this episode, and it's not very easy. It's quite difficult. So, difficult is also in my vernacular now, and it's stuck there forever.
How could it not be? It's the best word in the world. Yes. I use it on work calls.
Cool. I started saying "gotta be done" to cashiers.
Love it.
Just because.
Part 3 of the episode.
Yes. Okay. Whew.
Talking, bringing things back.
This is an hour and a half episode of Bluey, right? Not us. I mean, the show Bluey, right?
We're not copying. We're not copying Dad anymore. We're copying the day. We're processing the day.
She power walks
We're going through what we need to go through
to process.
to process the emotions.
Oofa with a side of doofa. Copycat mode starts is my notes.
Thank goodness for Bingo, for being Bingo.
So she
to keep it from being too heartbreaking.
Hopefully, I bring that into your lives, folks. That's my goal.
Holy smokes.
Bluey mimics Bandit so much with her power, like
Power walking, her stretching.
Yep, gotta go for my walk, and she goes right into it. She's walking, and she's Olympic walking. I think that's what they refer it to. Yeah,
like the Olympic guys do.
She's got that swag walk to her.
Bingo, you gotta nick my finger. Okay,
Honk.
big ol' chomp. Toughen up, Bluey.
It wasn't a nip. It was a chomp, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Toughen up, Bluey.
Toughen up, Bluey. So she's like you said, she's paying attention to the things that her dad does. Basically, this is her fancy, wild child mind saying, "I love you, Dad," by doing all the things that Dad did today.
And
she's
seeing
paying attention to
seeing how brave Dad was and how Dad processed this. And
Toughen up, Bluey.
Maybe if I can be like Dad, then I'll feel better about this.
Oh man,
Because she's trying to process and make herself feel better because she saw her dad go through this and her dad wasn't happy, but Dad was okay and moved on, and she can't yet.
Whew.
Tries to pick up Bingo, which good on her, 7-year-old being able
Dude,
to lift a.
I've got about 19 more.
She's a toughie.
I have the note now. That's what gets you to the vet. And when they did it, it was just on the left earbud, not the left headphone. So they put Bluey's voice just on that side of things, and they're very good about knowing that they're creating a space, and they do it very, very well.
I very much enjoyed to it, and I'm not sure if this was planned by Bluey,
Okay.
or just worked out. But when she slips on the toy car,
No, that was planned. Oh, come on.
cars.
Yeah. And when she's driving, so she jumps. Oh, that's what gets you to the vet is when she's jumping into the car with Bingo, and it's just on the left hand side of the headphones, showing that they're coming from the left hand side, coming in. Really cool.
Green mate, put away your phone.
Yep.
Oh, no, it's Green mate. Put your phone call away. So she kind of like changes the words around.
Everything
she's a kid
is the same thing, but it's Bluey's version of it, and she's also doing the hand over the bird, the bandit arm when she's driving the car, and Bingo's just kind of hanging out like.
Dude, we're playing a game. This isn't.
Bless your beautiful heart, Bingo, in this episode, because that's what the world needs.
We get to nurse Mom.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Send Bingo in. Bingo's waiting with the stuffies. She's got the non-blinking dog as well, but this one's stuffed, so it's a little bit better with the little iguana toy. But good news!
They did a full recreation of that. Like, that's the one. So, whoever decided in this family to recreate this lizard guy from the vet.
Oh, it was all Bluey, in my head at least.
Bluey recreated it.
Yep.
Yes, very much so. So.
But good news, Mike.
Yeah.
The budgie's okay.
No. Music stops. 2. Joff. Got it. Thank you.
Bluey wants the bird to be dead. Wants to copy what really happened. Mm-hmm. Because needs to feel the emotion. Needs to understand what happened.
Yeah.
One more time.
Bingo's got other ideas.
By the way. The budgie had died.
Bingo says, "Watch this. Hold my beer."
Bluey sits down on the stairs. Mom's with her.
That's such a.
Just trying to help you. Like, this isn't what you wanted, is it? There's nothing we can do.
I'm Bingo.
Nothing we can do. It's out of our hands.
And then Bandit shows up, because why not, man?
And just, you stopped copying me. Not realizing
The entire episode is.
I think it goes from her copying him to her emulating him. Mm-hmm. Just using a fancier word for it to sound all educated and stuff. But it's not, I'm teasing you, I'm picking on you and copying you.
Right.
It's, I'm using you as the example of how I should be right now.
This
and how I
episode is
should
called
feel right
Example.
now. And
It's
my
called
goodness.
processing. It's called digestion. This episode hurts my head the most. And Bluey Brackets coming up, folks. Buckle up for the longest episode of Two Bandits Watching Bluey ever, because we're not going to be able to do this.
My goodness. It's this one was something else. It's hard. Like I said, there's not to get too dark again.
Go ahead, bud.
We got a 14-year-old cat at our house.
I have a 14-year-old
Who's-
dog sitting right next to you, dude. 13
Then
turning
I'll
14 in
speak
August.
really quietly so he can't hear, but I have a feeling that, seeing the bunny on the side of the road was hard.
Oh, I don't have a chance. Don't.
I
don't
poor
have-
Caroline's going to be a very rough day in the Pinner house, and I can feel it coming soon, which stinks. A lot of feels. It's an emotional week in general, and we don't need to get into that too hard, but
It'll be a very interesting
Lights.
time in my life, and my goal is to be the plus, not the minus in your life when
I'll let you.
life occurs.
Hey,
So,
that's a real upbeat way to put that one. So
Yeah.
that's a nice. Put a little bow on this.
let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, no, my friend.
Oh man, there's more.
There's the most exciting thing.
Please give me good news.
I've got great news for you because
I'm gonna sip some oolong tea and listen to you.
we've interviewed Joe Brum on this show. We've had Joff Bush call and talk to us, Adel Rafai, Kurt Broniger. We've had some superstars, some celebrities.
They're cool. They're good people. They're living a good life. Hope they're having a great day.
I think we got the best one yet so far because our
what?
guy,
Huh?
Ragman,
What?
artist extraordinaire, maker of our logo, maker of anytime we do anything cool, making an awesome photo of it.
That guy.
Dude who makes the TikTok videos we put out seem professional and slick and awesome because we use his art for like everything we do in there.
Yeah.
And just all around, sweet dude who
dude.
seems like just a great fella. Guess what?
Huh?
He sent us in some audio
We got audio?
about why this is one of his favorite episodes. So roll that beautiful bean footage.
Let's do it.
Funky people, my name is Ragman. I'm so glad to be in this episode of Two Bandits Watching Bluey. Thanks Greg and Mike for letting me be here today. So, Copycat. This episode caught me off guard when I first saw it. It's such a roller coaster of emotions. I mean, first of all, my mate Jeff Bush did an splendid work on this episode. From the playing track to the tension track and then the sad track. Man, we got an amazing job there. Then Bandit, how he just set up for a game as soon as he woke up. How he just did the right thing by taking the budgie to the bed, and how he managed to handle this bomb that is death. I swear, I never thought that a kids show would talk about death like this episode did. I mean, I thought it would use some other word, not died, as explicit and cruel that word might sound. Not that it's a bad thing though, actually. I think it's important that kids learn about death and how to handle the feelings that comes from it. And mate, I love how Bluey gets to deal with her emotions by playing it. Usually, people would be sad and do nothing for quite some time. But as soon as she could, she played with Bingo and Chili and redid the whole thing. And when things didn't went as she wanted, again, she just said what Bandit told her earlier. That's okay. There is nothing we can do. It's out of our hands. I think this episode is just amazing. It's perfect. I love it. Also, this is the first time the Morning Wendy jokes appears. So, yeah, it's just amazing. I think this is my favorite episode from the second half of the season. Aside with camping. Yeah, totally. Well, thank you, dudes, for letting me be part of this episode. Keep it real, mates.
As always, thank you, sir. We appreciate everything you do for us. We love having your delightful voice on this podcast.
Hope you're having a great day, man.
I hope you're having a great life, my dude. So let's get to it.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
I am emotionally broken down in every way right now. So, hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Bud, what's your favorite thing today?
I'm gonna shout outs. That's what we do. I'm gonna put it to the first one that I wrote down because there's too many things in this episode, and I wrote down the moment with Wendy.
The moment with Wendy?
With copycatting, and good morning, Wendy. Do you know I like to smack my bum as hard as I can? And Bluey did not reciprocate, and he's just going for it. And Wendy's just on her morning walk, enjoying herself. And I think it would be really fun in my life to be walking by a father and a daughter and having the dad just yelled at me and have me not say a word because Wendy doesn't speak. She's there for it. She looks.
Why do you say that? Wendy doesn't speak a lot in this show. She has reactions and she makes faces.
She hasn't spoken yet, has she?
Not that we're aware of in America.
Oh, does she? Oh, we'll wait to see. But that was just it. I think I'm trying to do it to deflect mentally and find a moment of levity in the chaos that is this episode. So that's why I'm choosing that one. Neener, I'm running away with it. Hey, Greg. Yeah. What was your favorite
I
thing?
picked the same exact thing because I was not allowed to let myself feel those emotions.
Okay, then let's pick another one quick. I pick
my other one. No, I have.
Yeah, go.
My backup one is Budgie Bluey flying away. Budgie Blingo flying away.
Stop reading my mind.
It was nice. It was happy.
Yes.
But yeah, the Wendy thing was what I locked onto because I had to.
Good luck, Greg. I need to know. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Mike.
Who's your favorite character?
It was Bluey.
Yeah.
Bluey, same.
No.
Oh, no, okay. It was a hard episode for her. She grew. The little voice actress for this, or voice actor, whoever voices, whoever
killed it.
They are, crushed it. Maybe not say killed it for the Dead Budgie episode, but they
too late.
They
it's canon.
It. Even her voice kind of like cracking, and their voice cracking, breaking here and there as it's going on. It was just so well acted and so well done, and Bluey knocked it out of the park.
I feel like I was just taking on an emotion roller coaster.
Hey, Mike, who's your favorite character?
I pick the entire Healer family.
Whoa!
In this episode, because at first I wanted to pick Bandit,
including Nana.
Including what?
Including Nana and Uncle Stripe.
Yeah, sure. I have realized I am not Bandit. Muffin? I am Uncle Stripe. So that's
even Muffin.
I picked Muffin last episode, so I'm sticking with the healers on this one. It's just Bandit does so well being a great dad. Bluey does a great job of digesting and understanding life, and goes from having fun and being a small child to processing and upgrading. And Chili's there to be not only the mom that's there to hug Bluey when she gets home, but she also plays Bluey's game when she brings the bird Bingo into the hospital, and Bingo is the wild card of life and kicks into high gear and is like just running around and being Bingo,
just doing Bingo things,
dude. It's so I can't pick any of them, so I'm gonna just pick them all. And I want to pick I want to pick the guy that's just sitting there with his lizard because
he might be a healer. You don't know.
That's true. Well, no, he's a lucky.
Oh, that's true.
He's a retriever. Sorry.
So then what do you rank this one, bud?
Holy guacamole. That is impossible to do. I didn't realize how heavy this episode was, but I ranked this episode one set of over-the-ear headphones that you need to buy to listen to this episode, because the audio engineers, the creators of this, it's so much more fun to listen to because the birds are always there. And there's something coming from the left to the right. There is a moment where it pans from left to right, and it just hits the right way. One set of headphones. Greg.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How does Greg rank this episode number 38? Is that where we're at?
It is.
Holy guac. Episode number 38 of Bluey. How does Greg rank Copycat?
I rank this one Budgie in birdie heaven. Miss you every day.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Yes.
Everybody out there hanging out with us.
Holy cow.
Plug a clock.
I'm putting my notes away.
At Watching Bluey on Twitter. Hey, new plug for you.
Ooh.
At at Watching Bluey Pod on TikTok. We got a good.
We do that? You do that.
Darnish-
We do that?
Hey, you know what makes me mad, by the way?
No, I don't want to know what makes you mad. I don't want to.
Somebody's at Watching Bluey on TikTok already. That's not us.
Whoa!
With 0 followers, 0 posts, 0 likes.
That's not us.
Exactly. What the heck?
Whoa!
At Watching Bluey Pod.
Grass is always greener.
Check us out. WatchingBluey@gmail.com. Thank you again, Rajman, for sending us your
Dude, you're my favorite.
words and thoughts on this episode. Appreciate you as always. Anybody else has thoughts, takes, or opinions, send them our way.
That'd be cool. Yeah, we'll throw them in there. I'll throw them in there. We'll throw them in there.
Rate, review, subscribe. Huge shout out.
You won't.
Huge shout out to a 9-year-old fan.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't see this?
I'm just
Huge
trying to keep up with the race here.
Huge shout out to a 9-year-old fan. I don't want to say their names. We'll go in the tradition of Bluey.
Boom.
But 9-year-old fan sent us a review.
Shout out to the 9-year-old Bluey.
It's like the podcast Gotta Be Done, but with Greg and Mike.
Hey!
It's 2 dads instead of 2 moms. Kate and Mary, and they both talk about Bluey, and so do Greg and Mike. Because who doesn't like Bluey? I like Bluey. If you like Bluey, subscribe to the Bluey podcast now.
This is my newest, favoriteest thing in my entire life. What do you mean?
Thank you, little friend. You are awesome, and we appreciate you.
Oh, that's why we do what we do. We did it to start having fun. We did it to just have 2 of us be goofballs and chat about things, and now people are actually listening to us and hanging out with us, and it means everything. The end.
Speaking of fun things,
Oh, not the end yet.
also check out our Twitter. Our good friend Mike Martin released an album on there.
Oh, well,
Through
yes.
SoundCloud. The link is soundcloud.com Mike Martin take 2.
You're good. You don't need to.
SoundCloud.com / Mike Martin lots of numbers / progress is the progress
Is only progress when it's documented. Yeah. I spent a lot of time doing it.
If you didn't keep up with all those words I just said, go onto our Twitter machine. It's on there. And hey, guess what?
Yeah.
It's pretty singing good, Mike. Good job. Proud
Thanks.
of you.
I appreciate that. That was about a year and a half of my life. I did the guitars, I did the keyboards, I did the bass, I did the sound effects, I did all that
You're
stuff.
a beautiful man,
heads
and we
upside
appreciate
down.
you. Patreon blog!
Uh-oh!
bit.ly/2BWB Pat. We are up to 7 lovely little episodes on there. So
Pay
check-
$2. You won't. We'll talk about things.
That's less than...
Half of a cup of coffee.
That's like 25 cents per episode right now. What
That-
kind of deal is that? That's a heck of a deal.
Way cheaper than gas.
Help us out.
We'll hang out. We like you.
And finally,
Uh-oh. Oh my
most importantly,
goodness. It's gonna be a plug for a vet. I know it is. I as much as I want it to be whimsical and goofy and fun, it's gonna be a vet.
why don't you guys check out Dr. Ramesh's Bird Sanctuary
Let's go!
in Moorooka, Australia. That's not a vet.
I know, but I was close.
Dr. Ram's Bird Sanctuary can only be visited by appointment. It is Brisbane's only bird sanctuary, and the birds are free and wild. The sanctuary can be visited virtually via Dr. Ram's virtual tours via Facebook. There's no website, so I can't say the QAU thing.
But do it anyway.
.au.
Yeah, use promo code We're Losing Our Minds.
Thanks, guys. Next week is Sleepover. It's going to be way more fun. Of an
Way
episode.
easier to do.
But this one was a heck of a good one. But until next week, it's got to be done.
It's got to be done, folks.